Yes, sir. Here we go. We're back. Another Sunday. We're back. Yes, sir. I tell you, it seems like you miss one Sunday, it feel like a whole month. It really do. But so glad to be back in the building. Thank you guys for the prayers. A lot of prayers, a lot of texts. We made it to D.C., had a good time, made it back home, and just so glad to be here another Sunday. Yes, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, my Heavenly Father. All right, welcome to Ballin with Rich, being active, living life, ignoring negativity. Yes. Y'all know what I meant. Ignoring negativity. Episode 229, y'all. We moving on up. Yes, sir. And today I have a special guest, and she's not really a guest, but this is her Sunday. She should have been on this side of the mic today, but she's going to be a guest, and it's an honor, always an honor and privilege to have this young lady in the building. Let me go ahead. Y'all know her out there. This young lady, she is HU, Howard University. And she did the thing, y'all. It's almost over. As a matter of fact, she's at the finish line. At the finish line, y'all. So glad to have her in the building. Miss Monet is in the building, y'all. Monet!
Hello, everybody.
All right, how you doing, Monet?
Doing pretty good. Happy to be here. Yeah.
All right, you know, always good to see you in the building.
Yes.
All right. And so like I was telling everybody, at the finish line,
yes.
A lot of people been following, and it's so funny how people, they're like, she done already? I'm like, they must not been following too long.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah. That's what some people been saying to me. I'm like, you not keeping up with the time.
So just how do it feel to just be, oh man, just that journey, the finish line? How do it feel to be right there?
It definitely feels, I think I was talking to someone yesterday, and it was like, does it feel surreal? I'm like, yes, surreal is definitely the feeling, just based off of the journey I had, not even just with, taking a break. I think about, when I started in college, like COVID-19 happened immediately, like the following semester after my first semester. So I think so much has just changed in the world to begin with. So anyone that's, no matter how long it takes, anyone getting to that finish line at this point is a blessing. So I'm blessed.
I hear you on that. Yes, sir. And my hat goes off to you, because I know the all the studying and hard work you have to do. It's college is. I'm telling you, you had to be. Your mind had to be prepared for it, because I tell you, it's no joke. If you really into what you need to go into, or whatever field you're into, it's no little job. I should say. Yes, sir. And today our title is Faith Over Fear. That's what we call it, Faith Over Fear. We just wanted to discuss a lot of things, not just involving college, but just involving things in life. Sometimes we just go through certain things, and we allow that second F word, the fear. Fear sometimes take over, and it sometimes when we allow that fear to take over, it takes over from us the faith that we should have, that we can go accomplish anything. Anything we go through, we can accomplish with that first F word, the faith.
Yes.
Faith over fear, y'all. Yes, sir. All right. This next person, I thought it was just gonna be me and the baby, but she's always in the building anyway. Well, we're gonna put her on the screen today too, y'all. This young lady here, she's always on the job, and so glad to have her in the building, like always. The wifey engineer, y'all, the engineer of the year. Miss Monique is in the building. Yes, sir.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, how's it going, Miss Monique?
Great. Good day.
All right. We're gonna give you the 2-minute Dorian rule today.
what you talking about?
I was teasing Shanny about that. Well, that's okay. In case nobody know what I'm talking about, the Rise and Grind, they do that. They don't really care if you talk long, really. But my brother, shout out to Dorian, he calls sometimes, and he call, and boy, the whole show be going almost, and he be talking. But Monique happened to call on the show Friday, and you know, she gave, you know, she said some good stuff or whatever. But it was just so funny. I was like, ooh, she is talking, boy. I was like, man. But how you doing today, Miss Engineer?
I'm doing great. Yep, hanging in there.
All right. So it's so good to how do it feel to just have the young lady back home and just thinking about the whole journey, just like I was asking her, she's at the finish line. How do it feel?
It's good. You know, as a mom, you know, I always, when she's away, she know I probably get on her nerves, but I be constantly calling, making sure everything okay. And you know, one day she's daring, so she go places by herself and stuff, and I be like, oh gosh. But you know, I know she had to do a lot of stuff with school and stuff. I just be worried with her out there by herself. So you know, so yeah, I'm happy to have her back. So been happy that, you know, she got everything done and everything. So
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And you know I'm happy because that road trip, man. I was like, ooh, I know I might have to make it another time in the future, but this you know what, this is, everybody know I'm an experienced driver, and you know, even on the road, but actually this was my first time ever. I mean, ever having to drive in the winter, during the winter time, like that. This was my first experience, and like I said, you know, our title, Faithful for Fear, and I'm telling y'all, even before I was getting ready to go, the fear took over because I was just so like, oh my God. And you know, I'm experienced in driving as far as, you know, ice on the road and different things, but just taking a long hike like that and like not knowing what to expect, like I want to get to a different state and they get all this ice and I got to slow down and then, you know, the big trucks. I think that's the thing that really get me. Them trucks, I tell you, y'all, if any of you drivers out there know about them trucks, you know, you just don't like to be around those trucks, you know. And it seems like every time you make a turn, there's one. It's like you can't avoid them. You just can't avoid them. But overall, this was the first time ever I was like, Lord, please be with me on this road, please.
Yes.
I don't even, you know, I'm about to hit these mountains too in the winter time like this, and I was just like, I was just really froze up for the first time. I mean, I was like, and when we got there, that's why I was like, oh, when I saw him on there, grabbed, I was like, yes, sweetie, yes, we made it. Yes. And, but you know what? Overall, the drive there, it was good. The drive, I mean, the Lord was really on my side because picked the best week to have to go pick her up, the days, because Saturday driving into DC, it was a good drive. It was a good drive. We left like about 4:30 that morning.
Yes.
And we got to DC about 12, so around there, and didn't run into no problems. No problems. I mean, no problems.
Yes.
Weather-wise either, it was just a nice cruise into DC. It was nice. The only thing that got me, I was like, I knew I was gonna get a challenge. On the way back, it was going good, y'all, until we hit that Ohio and all that snow. I was like, oh, here we go. I said, I knew I was gonna have to meet a challenge somewhere. It wasn't snowing that bad though, but just that knowing that snow was hitting the ground like that and ice under there and all that. But we made it, y'all. We made it. We made it. I just thank God. Like I say, He had the wheel. You know, people be saying, "The Lord take the wheel."
Jesus takes the wheel.
He had the wheel for real. Yes, He did. Because I'm telling you, going back, it's so funny. Now you know, on my way going, I'm all geek, switching lanes like I usually do, switching the lanes. When we hit Ohio going back, one night in that middle lane the whole way.
Them big trucks.
They was flashing. I didn't care. I said, you know what?
Everybody was so mean. Like everybody was. The light flash should get on my nerves. I'm like, y'all do that to like. And then they'll drive around us just to speed up and still be within the same distance as us.
That's what be killing me.
I don't understand, especially during the winter time.
I took that middle lane all the way from Ohio to Michigan, y'all. And then I got to Michigan feeling good. Like, yes! See that welcome to Michigan sign, you like, yes, Lord.
Yes.
All right. All right. Thank you for some of the people that's watching so far. We got Miss Crystal Stallion. She said you guys raised a beautiful young lady.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you.
My girl, Miss Crystal. Yes, sir. Go Lions. Number one Lion fan. Yes, sir. All right. Shout out to Miss Gloria Criswell. She's watching. Hawk. She said, welcome home, Monet.
Thank you.
Yeah, she said, yes, those roads are dangerous. Thank God y'all made it. Yes, yes. Shout out to, my sis, Robbie Bowie. She's watching. She said, congratulations, Monet. She also said, love that hair, Monique.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And she said, no matter how old your kids are, we always be concerned. Yeah.
Yes,
I know that's definitely true, Robbie. Definitely true. Always concerned.
Yes.
No matter, And it's so funny because, Robbie, while she was up there, I mean, even though we had family up there, Monet still was, I mean, they were in a different, we had like a lot of family in Baltimore, even though Monet was in D.C., but still, she still had to do a lot of things, all the things that she did, was her, herself and everything. And it was so funny. We would be at home, and every time she called, Monique be saying on the phone till she got to where she's going next. I was like, oh, Lord.
Yes.
Where you at now, Monet? Where you walking to now? I'm like,
I'm on FaceTime.
That was her doing that, y'all. I couldn't do that. I mean, even though I already knew Monet was gonna be okay. I mean, I already know the dad. I'm like, my baby gonna be okay. I called her one time with Monique. That phone. I know Monet was like, oh, I wish this phone could disconnect sometimes. I know she was like, I wish this phone could disconnect.
Yeah.
So Monet, there's so much we want to just talk about. One thing I definitely want to talk about, especially as far as that faith over fear, and I know all of us could mention something about this part here. As a lot of you know, Monet, she was supposed to graduate back in 2023, and but the reason why that didn't happen was because she had faced a challenge that came about. Everything was going smoothly. I'm telling you, 2019, even though the COVID hit, everything still was going good as far as the schooling and everything. Senior year came of the 2022 to going to 2023. And we found out about something that you had medical wise. Something happened, and it was like, I mean, all of us were sitting there looking like, wow. I mean, Lord. I mean, you mean now after all, taking us back to that situation when we were in the hospital at that time, and doctor saying what he had to say and all that. And we sitting there like, wow. I mean, how was it that during that time? I know pretty sure that fear. It was fear that kind of took over the faith during that time. How was your demeanor during that time when you was thinking? What was going through your mind during that time when you kept hearing all this stuff like, like I said, the path is going good, and all of a sudden, all this just all of a sudden.
Yeah, it definitely was just I think just wanting questions answered. I don't know. I feel like I wasn't even really but I found out I had a brain tumor, so I feel like I really wasn't like. It was shocking. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm just such a person like, okay, I'm still kind of like, okay, what's next? I did definitely just came up to the resolution of just deciding to stay home, just to get more answers. And, by the grace of God, they did say it was benign. Surgery wasn't an immediate thing I needed. It was up to me. So really, I just look at that as just, taking time for myself and just focusing on me, my health, just, time with my family. I definitely, it did suck knowing that I was, right there, but I just, didn't take that for granted, because, time for yourself is always the most important thing.
Yeah, because I know for me during that time, my feeling, that's why during that time when we were in the hospital and the doctor, like the doctor, he kept, they really wanted you to get that surgery, and in the back of my mind, it was just like, I mean, he was making it seem like you got to get this. If you don't get this, then your life afterwards is not going to be good at all. That's the way he was making it sound to me. In a way. I mean, he did say you had choices. And but it was just like
he did, yeah. Because he did say
he just kept going towards that surgery.
Yeah.
And then that's why when he said that, I told him, I said, well, sir, I said, if push came to shove, if it had to happen, I still know God will make a way, but I know God gonna make way without her even having to have this, and the prayers and the things afterwards, and this, I just had a strong feeling like this is going, this gonna turn in her favor where it's not gonna need this. But like I said, during that time, it hit me. The fear part hit me. It was just like, Lord, wow, man. But the faith took. But when I picked that faith right back up and just prayed about it and everything, I said, you know what? I don't want her. I mean, it's really up to this. It's the final really choice is up to Monet. I mean, even though I know we the parents, but she gotta live. And I was just like, in my mind. I was like, I don't want her to have this. It had came to a point where I don't think she needed it, because I think the Lord gonna heal her from this, and that's why when I found out everything, and the one great thing about it, even though when she had, during that time, afterwards she was still working and doing certain things. It was just like, going out with friends and everything, and that's what really assured me. I said, you know what, the Lord has let me know. Richard, just go ahead and let her just live life the way she's living it. It's gonna work out. She not gonna need to go that route, and she didn't have to. And I was just like, Lord, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
What was your feeling about that part during that time, Miss Engineer?
Well, just oh my gosh. I mean, that is the worst feeling ever. You hearing something like that about your child, and it was hard at first, and like I'm saying, like how you guys were saying, I'm like, why this girl has just lived a stellar life, and she's done everything she's supposed to do, and she at this point where it's it's right there, and I'm like, why now, God? But I just, you got to go back to the faith, because God, He's taken us, and kept us through other situations, and you just have to go back to that, and that. But I'm telling you, it's nothing when you hear something happening to your child. That's just.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that's right. Yeah, but like I said, I just I ain't the strongest person in the world, but I just thank God. I pray all the time, but during that time I prayed like I never prayed before. Cause I said, Lord, and you know how I feel about, just like when me and her had COVID during that time. You know how I be feeling. I said, Lord, and he grabbed me he grabbed me both of them. So during the COVID, I was like, Lord, I said, Lord, I don't want my baby to suffer. I said, whatever she got, even though we got it, give it to me. I don't want her to be sick. And he sure did give it to me. He was like, okay, Richard, all right. Cause boy, I ain't never felt bored. She had it, but at least she was eating and getting a little. She was talking on the phone, doing her thing and everything. I was sitting up there like, on the verge, y'all. Seriously, but I asked, and then I did. I mean, I didn't ask the Lord when we found out about the brain tumor. I was just like, Lord, take that from her, Lord, please. I was like, if I can get it, I mean, if I could take that from her,
I don't think that's possible.
I mean, you know what I'm going though.
You just don't want your child in pain.
I just don't want my baby to just. I would rather take that pain myself than to have my baby. Seriously,
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to my auntie Sharon Smith. She's watching. She said, "Hey, hello everybody." Shout out to my girls TJ, Miss KJ, excuse me, Kanisha Johnson. She's watching. She said, "Hello everybody." Shout out to one of the best writers around, y'all, Miss Angelia Mitchell. She said, "Thank you, Lord." And Miss Gloria, she also said. She had where was that at? Shout out to my brother. Y'all gonna see him on the show coming soon. One of the best comedians around, Mr. Edward. Many Weather. Y'all know him as the Dirty Deacon, though, y'all. Dirty Deacon. Shout out to my brother Calvin Deal, one of the best producers around, y'all. Yes, sir. My brother, he's watching. He said, salute Richard Heath and Monique. And Robbie, she said, Amber, she 31, she still worried. I know. Yeah, I know. That's right. All right.
I know, it never go away. He doesn't.
Yes, sir. And another thing Robbie said, this is definitely true, Robbie. She said sometimes God take us on a different path.
Yeah.
But you still came out on top, Monet. To God be the glory. Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, this is it right here with Gloria. She said, thank God she didn't have to have the surgery, and congratulations on your graduation. I'm so proud of you. Keep going, girl. Keep reaching past the sky. Yes, sir. All right. That's another person too. Well, even Robbie too. But I think about Gloria, Miss Gloria. That's somebody too that she'd definitely be like, give me that pain, Lord. Take away from my kids. Give me that pain. You know, she's always been that kind of mom. You know, that kind of person. All right. I got Miss Monet in the building, y'all. She's back, y'all. Yes, who's back in the D. Yes, sir. Did a job in DC, and she's back. Yes, sir. Somebody they always ask me sometimes. They always, when I tell them about Monet, she finishing up or she almost finished, they always ask me like, would you be in DC like that so long with her? Did you ever think about wanting to stay there or?
No.
You know?
I will say I do really like DC as a city. It's easy to get around. They have like their version of the subway is called the Metro. It's real easy to get around. So, I mean, all the museums are free. So I think like that last week that day before y'all came, the first day, I went to like the National Postal Museum. I was looking at stuff about postage stamps, but it was actually very fun and interactive. So I mean, it's always things to do. It's just very, very expensive in DC. I just don't think I could just stay there. I think I'll say never say never, but like it's really expensive. But I mean, there's a lot of things that I like about DC.
Definitely go back to visit though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for homecoming and stuff. Yeah, we'll always visit.
And one thing I'm mad about, I mean, when we go back, definitely for your graduation in May. We're going back, y'all, in May. May, she walking that stage, y'all, in May. Yes, sir. May of 2026, Lord willing, yes, sir. But I'm so upset that we've been going up and down, back and forth to DC so many times. I'm telling you, when we go back in May, we hitting that museum. I'm surprised me and Monique have been to that museum.
Oh, yeah, it's really nice.
Yes, we definitely. How is it for those who? Because I've heard people talk about too. Said when they get to DC, they want to visit that museum. They got one of the best museums there.
Yeah, the African American Museum. Yeah, you definitely. You know, they say it does take multiple days to complete. I mean, if you're someone that goes to museums, actually tries to take in the knowledge, yeah, it definitely, you'll have to do multiple days. It is very huge. I mean, you know, I went before this current administration. Well, I think that current administration was there, but they was a little bit better back then. Yeah, so I mean, it was a lot. It's definitely a lot to take in, and it's so much. It's culture, sports, history, it's everything. So I don't know what it looks like now. Okay. But I mean, yeah, it's definitely best to try to get in there by now.
Okay. When you, because I know you've been to our museum here a couple of times. Any comparison, or they definitely have a couple more things where you know. I mean, I know they're probably not the same. They're not probably structured the same.
It was like a lot. It's kind of hard to compare museums, really, because I feel like many museums tailor to different things, and there's different things, you know, that makes a museum what it is. Like I can go on about my Motown and stuff. But, I mean, but like that's kind of like everything. So it's about as much as you can think of is in that one building. So. Shout
out to Detroit Press Play in the building, yes sir. Always Lisa Gator in the building, y'all. Y'all be sure, y'all make sure Tuesdays, sometimes at 12 p.m., but I think a lot of times 6 p.m. on Tuesday. Detroit Press Play, y'all. Y'all the place to be. Detroit Press Play. One of my favorites, I'm telling you. Yes, sir. Just shout out to her and her new, I think she has a new co-host. But I think my girl Stacy, I think Stacy's still involved, but and she's doing things. I think they just branching out, doing some great things. Yes, sir. Detroit Press Play, y'all. All right. Got Monet in the building. Somebody they keep. Yes, sir. Y'all know I got the shoes on too. I was gonna keep them on.
Yes, 24. They just scored. 24.
24. Yes, sir.
To 14.
All right. Yes,
I'll
sir.
take it.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Miss Irish Woods. She keeping me up 2 on the score. Yes, sir. She said Lions, baby. Yes, sir. Shout out to her. All right. All right. So what's up? What's next? I know you crossed the finish line, so well, I know probably waiting for graduation. What's something that you have in mind that you might think of wanting to get into or want to get into even now while you're here?
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I said to one of my professors, I was like, I kind of like that. Howard doesn't do a graduation. They only do one graduation, and they do it in May. So that's why I am a December graduate, or what's considered a fall graduate of 2025, but I would have to walk 2026.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. Yes, sir.
So I was like, I kind of like that I have that like gap in between before I walk. But now I'm kind of like, I don't know. I feel like I'm like, I need to do something. I don't know. I'm someone that has to be up and moving. Like I've been in like the Bay Area recently, just chilling, which is good. I mean, like, it's good to take time for yourself and stuff. But it's like, I don't know. I've just been like I've been putting applications in everywhere. I've just been it's like opportunity. I'm just like apply. So I've been doing that. I have been considering grad school as well. So
what's one of your if like tomorrow, if they say Monet tomorrow, you can have that one job in journalism that you want right now. What's that? What you love to do? What would you love to do as far as your field that you would, if they say you can have this job right here tomorrow?
Well, if Stephen A. called and said, come host First Take with me, I would be like, 100%. But that's going to take a few steps to get there. But that would probably be I would love to build up, be kind of like a Stephen A. figure.
Really?
Has always been,
yeah. I know another one probably on the list too. I always tell people, I was like, Monet, I know she's always loved Channel Fox 2.
Oh, yes. I've interned with Fox 2 during COVID. Yeah, I always bring up Fox 2. That's one of my favorite. But that's been my favorite news station since I was a kid. I think of Huel Perkins. And I don't know what happened to him, but I always credit him as well as one of my like favorite people I used to watch. Charlie LaDuff. What happened to him?
Charlie LaDuff. Yeah, he's still around. He does a lot now on you. If you go to YouTube, you can find him. He has a show on YouTube. Yeah. Matter of fact,
I was watching. He did a story actually on Tommy Hearns.
Yeah, okay.
Wow. Because it's been a lot of stuff coming out about Tommy Hearns' financial situation. So I seen a little clip where he actually went to Tommy Hearns' house and it's like empty.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
So they're looking for him too. You know,
really?
Like he's missing or something. Yeah, but yeah, I just saw that. That was probably about two weeks ago. I seen something online. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Matter of fact, somebody else been talking about Tommy. What's the gentleman name? The one who we listened to. We just found. I just found out about him this past last year sometime. His name comes to me. The guy that come on with the glass. He's not from here, but it'll come to me.
With the glasses?
The guy who did the report on people in Detroit, the preachers and all that. The guy on YouTube.
You talking about? I thought he was from here. He not from here?
Well, he's not from here. He's from here, but he's originally from where he say he's from? He's got more people in. I want to say in Tennessee.
Tennessee.
So,
okay, I know who you're talking about.
Him. Yeah,
I'll find out his name.
I'm surprised. I don't know. I used to watch because remember he reported on some scandals that happened here a couple of months. Couple of years and all that. But Monet, as far as you said the sports. That's one of your top priorities as far as the sports.
Yeah, definitely. Since being at Howard, I've been able to it was a student organization called Spotlight. Like if you wanted to do news packages outside of class, you know, you could do that. And that was kind of one of my favorite organizations. I would always, you know, go cover sports games, interview, and it really gave me a chance. Like, you know, football. I feel like football and basketball was always the popular sports. I was able to, you know, interview at volleyball games, soccer games. You know, just I feel like, you know, sports is definitely, like, they always say sports is really hard to get into. So I feel like I wanted to, like, diversify, you know, just going to different sporting events and stuff. That's why even this past semester I interned with a women's soccer team.
Soccer team, okay.
Yeah, just to, you know, just to learn a little bit more about, you know, other sports and things like that. Just not my main too. I feel like I would be happy anywhere. I also, you know, I really like the game of baseball, and I feel like hasn't been really many opportunities because we don't have like a baseball team. So I'm really open to, you know, baseball.
Oh, that'd be
well.
nice. Detroit Tigers, y'all better hire my baby. we be coming to y'all games all the time, man. Shout out to Detroit Tigers though.
Yeah.
Shout out to Miss Danielle Bailey. She's a Hey family. She's watching. Miss Danielle Bailey. Yes,
Hello.
sir. D.
Hey.
Yes, sir. Miss Gloria, she said, I see Monet on one of the Detroit news channels. That'd be cool.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Okay, that'll be cool. Robbie, she said, tell God, Monet, what you want. Keep applying, and God is going to open the door. Keep in mind, your blessings might not be in this state, but ask God, watch Him do it. That's true too.
Yeah.
Somebody might be calling when you see opportunity. You know, it'll just give me somewhere to go. That's somewhere to go.
As long as it ain't too far. Not California. Not California.
I take Cali.
Lord.
Hey, I got a sister out there.
I
Hey,
know.
shout out to Pinky.
But
Pinky
it's too
and
far.
Justin.
She too far away.
Oh, Lord, here she
I
go,
missed
y'all. Here she go. There she go. I mean, I know that's far, but hey, that's a place I can
Do what you gotta do.
Shoot.
Yeah, I know. I stop. You know?
Yeah, that'd be cool. But like Robbie said, if God want her there, that's where she's going.
Yeah, I know.
But that would be. But overall, it would be cool. I know. In the D, if she got something, you know, that'd be really cool. You know, because matter of fact, there's a lot of people that's from here that left. And they got a chance to get opportunity here. When they heard the opportunity, they came back. They just, you know, they know that the news be really, you know. I just don't have my baby over no bridge like, hello, this Monet, I'm in 4-degree weather. Shout out to Monet. I'm gonna try to get a clip. Well, you know what? Since my show is ending for the year, I got 2 more episodes before the end. Maybe my last episode. If I find a clip of it, I'm gonna play that clip. I would love for y'all to see. Oh my God, you talk about a proud parent moment. Her class, they did their last project. They did, and Monet did she was a part of your class. You did your presentation. Your presentation, and I'm telling you, I was like, Lord. And I would love for y'all to see that presentation, what she gave. How was that feeling to just get, you know, especially because I saw it was coming from the heart. You got to come from the heart the way you gave that presentation. How was it, that feeling, you up there just saying all that you said, you know, by telling people too about your journey as far as, you just told your whole story about, you know, your journey from beginning to end, the Howard, and you know the a lot of things that you went through, and you just told it all.
I don't know where that presentation footage is. So we have the newscast though. We did a newscast. I can give you clips of the newscast.
Oh, you got the newscast too?
Yes.
Okay, that was good
but,
too.
I mean, the final presentation, it just felt really good to do. I don't know. I feel like I'm always someone that's like, I don't know, I wish I did more, which is weird to say. I don't know.
Really?
I feel like, I know. I was in that class was like our capstone. It was like it was always presented as like, you know, the big class, you know, kind of like what you need to kind of be in that industry setting. So I definitely think that with the semester as well, I just felt, I was like, it was just other people, like, you know, they had the opportunities, you know, like if it was any extra credit, do any extra credit, stuff like that. So I think, like, looking back at everything I did and just kind of presenting, it made me realize, like, you know, the work you did this semester was good. Definitely be proud of it. And just, you know, finally kind of sharing my story and things that I went through, you know, it moved some people, you know. I feel like I kind of like don't talk about it. I mean, I'm just someone who just doesn't like to, talk about anything I'm going through. I'm like a,
that's
just
normal. You probably got that from me.
Yeah, just push through, just do it. So really taking the time out to, mention it, mention the things I'm going through and just showcase, everything that I've done. It makes you realize, it's like you feel like you're not doing a lot. Then I'm like, oh wow, I've been doing a lot. It just doesn't feel like it.
That's a good thing. I hear that from a lot of people a lot of people that's trying to, be on that road to success, whatever. It made me think about like people like Gloria, as far as her stage plays and everything, and different people and acting, and even in other areas where they say, they put on a good production, but they on to the next one where they're not really looking what they did on that production.
Yeah.
It's like they keep doing what they're doing, and where it's like you don't even stop and think like, dang, I did that. You just keep on going, flowing. Maybe I should say keep it with the flow.
Yeah.
And it's like, you done so much and you don't even realize so much that you done did, Yeah. Yeah. If you got a question for Monet or comment or shout out, please call in. Y'all love to hear your voice. 810-560-0658. Call in. Let me know who just scored the touchdown on the Lions, y'all, again. Yes, sir. That'll be cool. Just call in, and I just love to hear your voice. So glad to be back. Like I said, another Sunday balling with Rich, y'all. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. All right. So, Miss Wifey Engineer, any shout outs you want to give to anybody out there? You got any shout outs?
Let's see. Gosh, I'm trying to see. Well, shout out to me and Monet went to her. Well, she didn't. I know that's one of the things she's got to do. She's got to, work at Motown, and we went to their Christmas party, and it was really nice. So shout out to them. Just shout out to just everybody that's watching, everybody that's supported this year. It's been a great year. Richard mentioned he mentioned about Rise and Grind morning show, and one of their topics, their topic that I called in on was just talking about lessons and highlights of this year. And I was saying, I one of my lessons is just my journey with taking care of my dad and everything, and then the highlights, of course, I was talking about Monet, and then talking about winning the Oscar. So yeah,
yes sir, yes sir, Mr. Wifey Engineer of the Year. Matter of fact, that's why I love. That was a great show. With Rise and Grind, y'all better make sure Monday through Friday, y'all know where to be from 9ish to 11ish. The Rise and Grind morning show, y'all. I'm telling you, one of the best shows. I'm telling you, you don't get no better than Rise and Grind. Matter of fact, Monet, I would love to ask you, what would you say is one of your highlights of this year? If you could think offhand something.
Or
highlights.
Yeah.
You can give me a couple.
Yeah, I went to Canada with my best friend and his husband for his birthday. Shout out to Antonio.
Shout out to my brother Antonio.
So that was my first time. It was technically not my first time out the country because we went to the Bahamas, but that was my first time in Canada. It was really, really fun. Just going to the different places was real cool. Windsor was cool. We went to Niagara Falls as well, but Toronto, oh my gosh, I could talk about Toronto for days. Toronto was just so gorgeous. I've never been to New York. I feel like every time I go somewhere, I'm like, this reminds me of New York, and I've never been to New York. But it felt like a New York type of
they close by.
City. Yeah. Because you go. Yeah, that's true.
You can get there.
Yeah, but I mean, it was to me, it was real diverse. It's a lot of. I think it's like a large Asian community there. Toronto was very gorgeous. I saw The Weeknd twice this year. Shout out to The Weeknd.
Oh Lord.
Yes. And then I just think back to spring semester. I really consider like spring semester. I like to call that my last semester, and then this semester was just like what I needed to get out the door was to get out that door. But that semester was really good. Shout out to Jamal. He graduated in the spring, and it just
Shout out to brother Jamal. Yes, sir.
When I think a lot about kind of that journey thing, I think a lot about Jamal as well.
That's another guy.
He didn't.
Yes.
We didn't do it in 4 years, and I just think it's crazy that I was able to come back and that was kind of my first friend when I got to Howard when we started, and we kind of in a way we finished in the same year, so we kind of got to finish together. So I really think a lot about Jamal.
My hat goes off to Jamal, y'all. I has to get him on the show one day. You know what? You talk about a friend.
Yeah.
A friend, seriously. Well, he was a friend of Monet's, but I'm telling you, he helped me out in ways where I thought I couldn't do something. And what I meant was, this was 2 years ago. My old car had my car, and Monet had to get back to school. And she got back to school, but we couldn't get her because my car we couldn't get. She got because you got back to school. We got your plane.
What happened? I had to get my stuff.
Her stuff
Out of storage.
That's what it was. Had to get her stuff out of storage there, and Monet had to get some stuff to go with her, and my car, the car was acting up so bad we couldn't get it there.
Yeah.
So Jamal. He was like, Jamal was happening to go. He was going back up to the university, and he was like, "Tell your dad and mom that give me your things, and I can take them with me or whatever." And I mean, he didn't have to. And I wanted to give him money. He wouldn't take no money, y'all. I was like, Jamal, you didn't even have to do this. He got his own stuff. I'm like, he wouldn't take my money or nothing. He was just, but he took Monet coats and everything that she needed and took it up there. Yes, and another thing that really God worked through him, not this past year, because God worked through me this past year, but the year before that, it was a situation with Monet. They were talking about the semester almost started and everything. They were saying, we don't have nowhere for her to be, I mean, nowhere, so we was going crazy, like, so you mean to tell me she got classes but she ain't gonna be able to get up there because she don't have nowhere to stay.
Get a housing
and Jamal from out of nowhere, Jamal, her good friend Jamal,
he just went to the house. See, Howard be playing. Let me start by saying Howard be playing sometimes. Jamal went up. Cause I reached out to them. That's when I was trying to come back. I reached out to them about housing. They was like, "Oh, we got something." I didn't hear back for like a week or two. Jamal went up to that office. They was like, "Oh, we got something open." I'm like, why y'all be doing that? But yeah.
Cause I'm like, I didn't give up or nothing. I was like, but it's so funny because
on campus.
this last year, her senior year, this the one she just completed, y'all. It's so funny. She didn't have a dorm. Before we left, I said, pack your things.
Yeah.
I said, you ain't coming back here. I said, Monique, get the stuff, get the car. I said, she is not coming back. When we get back to Detroit, she ain't gonna be with us. She didn't even have a dorm, y'all. When we left Detroit back in August, we was like, I said, and she was a little worried or whatever. I said, I said, we got up there. I said, and she saw that look on my face. She said, "Dad's serious." I had that look. I said, my baby is not leaving DC with us going back to Detroit, and she ended up doing something. How was that experience too? This is it's something. Your senior year, you got a chance to stay on an off-campus, off-campus apartment. How was that experience?
I don't know. I liked the room. I really did like the room and the area. I mean, the area wasn't bad as well. And then, they gave us shuttle service. I don't know. I'm just so used to like being on campus. I'm like, I missed and then that specific building I usually was in. I was so used to always being there. So it was definitely an adjustment. But I mean, having your own room and bathroom, that's not much of an adjustment. Being fully by yourself. So I mean, I was just thankful to, have somewhere to stay and have a good shuttle service going to and back. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to, I got to give her a shout out. Constantly give her a shout out to the I'm gonna say engineer of the year. Shout out to the podcast host of the year, Miss Lake is everywhere. She's watching.
Everywhere.
Lake is. I say is everywhere. She be everywhere, but is everywhere. Shout out to her. She said Toronto is amazing. Yes. I'm kind of surprised though when you mentioned that about Canada. Cause we usually go a lot of places. I'm surprised we haven't took you.
The one big thing. Let me tell you, my friends. I love all my friends. I do. They was on my head. They was on me. It was in this one friend group I have. It was me and somebody else. We do not have our like enhanced IDs. So that's really was the big thing, was not having our like enhanced identification. And Antonio, he was like, "This is where I'm going to Canada. I'm doing this big thing in Canada." So I was like, "All right, let me stop playing." And I went and got my ID. So so that's, I think that's really been the big thing. Well, y'all need to get. I know it's a lot of.
I got to.
Y'all got to go too. I feel like we need to bring up me going to get that ID, because that day was a little crazy because I could not find my birth certificate.
I remember that.
Me and Dad had to go downtown. I had to get a new birth certificate. Did that just to go back. They was like, "Oh, you can't even." I was like, they was like, "Yeah, you can't go. You can't even." I had to reschedule. Yeah. That was a crazy day. And then I still went out with another group of friends. That was a crazy day.
So that's cool though. You still we got it all done. You know. Yeah. I told you not to worry. I said we're gonna get it done. You know. All right. I got Miss Monet in the building, y'all. Yes, sir. Miss Howard. She's done, y'all. Yes, sir. Did the do in May. She was gonna walk that aisle. Walk that aisle. Yes, sir. All right. Another thing that I love that you did. I don't know if people got a chance to see it. I know I posted it on my page a couple weeks ago. You did and you said one of your professors loved it too. You did a article. You did an article dedicated to your love for wrestling.
Oh yeah.
And you did an article saying how now the love is kind of leaving a little bit because of what's going on, but you still What made you during that time come up with that assignment? I mean to think about the wrestling.
So the professor, she introduced us. It's a platform. I guess right now journalism is at a very weird place right now due to like the administration, stuff like that. So people are trying to, creators are trying to find like spaces where they can grow and monetize, because some of these newsrooms, they may be getting fired for silly reasons. So she introduced Substack, and she was telling us, this is a place where you can like grow content, things like that, and monetize. So I really wanted to. I was like, well, if I actually, she was just introducing it to us. So I'm like, if I do take this seriously, what do I want to focus on? And I'm like, wrestling is always, I feel like wrestling is just a great topic. WWE is just a great topic to continue to build on. So I still want to figure out ways to build on it. But I knew the first thing that I did want to write about was just the state of the WWE today. Because I'm always going to love the WWE, and I think there's many elements that's still keeping me in there. For example, women's wrestling. The women, I think the women are probably the best thing about wrestling right now.
Keeping up with it, you right. You really right. Yes.
Yeah. So really, like the women are keeping me in there. Honestly, like CM Punk, Gunther, those few like men wrestlers, and then pretty much the whole women's division is keeping me in tune. But I just think about that wrestle. It's nothing wrong with like venturing out, going to different countries. But I feel like WrestleMania is just a North American thing.
Please
in my
give her
opinion.
a clap for that. Please give her, for you wrestling fans that heard that, y'all understand that seriously.
And they've even done a WrestleMania in Toronto, but I'm used, WrestleMania to me was always about like, it's somewhere in North America, and people from all over the country, all over the world, they come to that dedicated spot and spend a couple days there. So just hearing that it was going to Saudi Arabia, it was just I know WWE, they go to Saudi Arabia and to attract like money, things like that for pay-per-views. It kind of hurt. Even the Royal Rumble is going to be in Saudi Arabia, this upcoming year, and that kind of threw me off because I go back to the women. The women have to I kind of hate talking about it like this, but the women, when they go there, they have to wear like really long. They have to fully cover And I know I was thinking, I think Bianca Belair, she had just posted that she had wore white last year, and because it was see-through, she had to wear something up under it. So she said she almost passed out last year this year in the Elimination Chamber. So, I just think, the women are doing so good, and they got to go over there for a Royal Rumble. They're going to be, it's no shade, it's going to be hard for them.
I think that, I mean, you understand countries have their
things, of course, and that's the most important thing.
But something like that, if they know, especially with them knowing about the WWE and how they present themselves, it shouldn't be no thing with them doing how they usually be, or where would they, but because I'm with you. I mean, I remember watching it that one time when they was over there, and I'm like, dang, she got the whole coat and everything on. They coming around like, come on.
It's just, I just like, if we're prioritizing there was a certain point in WWE where the women weren't prioritized. So if we're prioritizing everybody and the women are on the same caliber as the men, I just think it's important to consider that. And it just also goes back to that, just like, I don't know. Royal Rumble, sure, if they want to venture out. My thing was, I was really big on WrestleMania because WrestleMania was always just the North American thing. So that it was really shocking. But not only that,
the prices.
I think the prices are insane. I think John Cena had a big play in that this year, but I don't know. But it's still crazy. That even like the brands in the ring, or like 20 brands in the ring now, it's different, and it's I don't know. I'm still always gonna love I'm always gonna love it. Me and Dad, we're always gonna go to live events whenever they're here. But I just think that, I don't know, it's just they're prioritizing a lot of other things. I didn't even get into like celebrities and stuff. They're prioritizing
and the different channels that they're on too. That's another thing too.
They're prioritizing money, bigger moments, the pops, some big moments. Don't get me started. I love Jey Uso, but I don't want to get into that.
We're gonna say that for a wrestling show. I know you got a lot to say about that. I do too, definitely with that. Yes, sir. Calvin, he said 100. Definitely. Shout out to Calvin Deal, Detroit Press Play. Yes, sir. Hey there. Shout out to Miss Shan, the producer of the year, y'all. Miss Channy Mosley in the building. Yes, sir. You don't get no better than her. All right. How we looking, Miss Engineer?
We got about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, y'all. All right. Oh, one thing I definitely want to ask you. Now, I know one thing. Usually when college kids, when they leave, sometimes I know the food is good where they at, but it's certain things at home or certain places that they eat that they miss. What was the first thing when we reached back home? Matter of fact, I think you got it before we got home. Was that one? It wasn't, but what's one of the foods that you was like, when I get home, Mom and them, they know.
It's fun. We made a stop in Ohio, and they was like, Mom was like, I'm grabbing food. I was like, I'm waiting, because it's a really good spot around the corner from us. It's called Thai Fi. They do. They have really, really good sushi. They have some of the best sushi in Michigan. So sushi. We had sushi on campus, but like that sushi compared to like a actual like place that prioritizes sushi is definitely a difference. So that. There was times I still haven't been back yet. There's been times I've been craving a corned beef. So corned beef sandwich is on my to-do list. Yeah. Okay. I'm always gonna love a coney dog. So.
The coney dog. Yeah. We got those that next night.
Oh yeah.
I was like, And shout out to Kirby's, y'all. They had the deal too. I was like, we about to go crazy now. Yes, sir. But they came through. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to think. I think I haven't been. That first Bucharest is gonna be good too. Probably.
The Bucharest. Okay.
Yeah, and then it's just some fried chicken places are like they're just better than others. I like where we went. I didn't get chicken yesterday. I got the tacos, but the Havana taco burger place. Those wings are really, really good.
Okay. Now how about let's do it in reverse? Now I know.
Yes,
now I know that there's some places that you was trying to get back to. Now what's some places that you gonna miss there? That some of your hangout spots or places that you eat there that you like? Oh, I'm gonna kind of miss that in DC.
Yes, the one thing I'm gonna say, I haven't been proven wrong yet in Michigan. DC has some of the best best ramen places that I've ever been to.
Really?
So any of the, because I really love ramen. Like I could eat.
Yeah.
Now going to DC and seeing like the real ramen places, I now I'm like, okay, instant ramen is a chop. I want real ramen. But and there's so many good ramen places in DC. Like, yeah, I feel like y'all won't eat ramen. I'm like, I want to take y'all. Y'all not gonna eat it, but
I used to like it a lot. I just haven't ate it lately.
yeah,
but
you have to go to a real, yeah, you have to get
I
real
just don't
ramen.
like all that stuff they be putting in there. I just want plain ramen. They be putting eggs and
fair.
all that. I mean, I'll eat it with like shrimp or chicken or something, but
I'm surprised.
Yeah,
I'm surprised you wouldn't like that. What you like in the shrimp fried rice? One of your favorites,
Yeah,
the shrimp
I like
fried rice.
Chinese food, but and I mean, I like regular ramen. I like soup. I'm a big chicken noodle and wonton soup type of person. So I may like it, but I just don't want all that eggs and all that other mess.
Oh, okay.
So that was, I think really ramen, and not really necessarily like there is a specific like one of my favorite college spots, but there's a street, it's called U Street. It's it's one of the most like popular like areas for Howard. So yeah, you could always find something in that area to do. The most popular place is it's called El Rey. It is a Mexican restaurant, which helps, but yeah, usually that's the most popular spot.
That's what I'm talking about. One thing I definitely want to ask you: what advice would you give a young man or a young woman that's interested in not only just going into journalism, but just life on campus, that haven't been there yet, or some that's just getting started and they just haven't experienced the whole thing? What advice would you give them as far as wanting to just continue what they're doing or trying to get into what they get into?
Just get started early, I think, because I just remember like in high school. Yeah, people started in high school with journalism, and I didn't. I think DEPSA, they didn't really have nothing like catered towards news and stuff. So like, I remember my like teacher had recommended me to something with like Wayne State, and it was like the requirements were already like real strong, and I didn't get in, but it was like a little extra program that they was doing during the summer for like a week or so that I was able to do, and I realized, I'm like, wow, like people in journalism get started early. So if there's like a newspaper or anything in high school, go ahead and get started, and once you get on campus, just try to jump into it. Just I think, Howard did a really good job, especially that school, of like introducing the students to all the organizations within the School of Communications. So there was just so many opportunities. If you want to go into print, you could work for the school newspaper. If you want to do broadcast, Spotlight Network broadcast was really my thing. So I would just say, get started early. Take all opportunities possible, and just networking is also important. Just show your face. Just always show your face.
All right, because that's what. I definitely believe that one too. That's what made me think about the little presentation you gave, whatever. And when we were watching on the thing, and people was popping over the thing like, they were just like, I mean, they were really like, I'm like, I didn't even know who a lot of these people were. They were just happy that you excited about you, and I always tell you about that. I would be like, and people sometimes you don't even think that they watching, but they watching you, and they being inspired, And it's good to have, there's some people that I follow sometimes or watch that I know or whatever, and I let them know, what, man, or young lady, you really inspired me. What you, the journey that you're on, or the things that you doing to reach that goal, or just something that you just say, or something that you said that, made me just, want to keep on going,
Yeah, definitely.
But it's good to know that people, there's people like that you can just, follow.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes, sir. I got Miss Monet in the building. Got the wifey engineer. Yes, sir. Howard University, y'all.
I was wondering where the song was at.
Yes, sir. The wifey engineer.
Yeah. Crystal was like, these are places she like.
Coney, Lou's. That's right, because
Maze Bagel Express. I'm gonna have to look into that. Okay.
okay, I feel you, Monet. That's right, because Crystal, you know, she born and raised here, but you know, she stays in Tennessee now.
Oh,
To Crystal,
wow.
yeah, and yeah, when she get back here, I know she has some places that she ready to hit. Yes, sir. I hopefully, I'm pretty sure I will, Lord willing. I hopefully see her next year, because next year we'll be celebrating our 35th year in school, y'all. Yes, sir. 35th year.
Go Henry Ford.
So y'all know y'all gonna see the Henry Ford crew going into that 35th year. Yes, sir. Excited about next year.
Man, I just think about
Yeah,
that.
it is something.
Our 30th was just around.
Just
like
around
it was
the-
just
that is. Just around the corner. It was just past. And it's 30,
I'm
looking at
saying
35.
our 35th is around the corner. That's what I meant to say. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Time waits for no man. Yes, sir. But I'm just so glad to be here for the
Be
journey.
40. I'm like,
Don't get her cane ready, y'all. Get her
I
cane
know.
ready. No.
I'm like, it'll be time for you, Mom, to have your 10
Like
year in a
10
minute.
Yeah. I'm surprised you ain't had it. Yeah, that's right.
Hey,
What?
it's been 5 years.
So it's been 5 now.
Hey,
so
I
far.
thought it was every 5 years, but yeah, 10 year probably the
Yeah,
first one.
yeah. After that 10th year, people sometimes like to do that 5-year thing afterwards. But it's that 10 year.
Really, like our class, I think maybe after the 10 year, they start to meet a lot more. Like they would at least do something once a year. Like if it's just like a toast or something, they'll meet up. Yeah, I've noticed that.
Shout out to my brother Kyle Kennedy. He's watching. He said, "Hey y'all, yes
Hey.
sir, yes sir." How did you feel about my brother Kyle when he was singing at your granddad's home?
Oh yeah, really good, amazing. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
Did he get it? Did you get him a plate? Did he get a plate?
No, I asked him. I told him, but he said no. He said he was fine. Yeah.
Okay, I remember you asked. That's probably was the interact.
Yeah, I definitely asked Kyle. Cause I told him, I said, Kyle, because he said he wasn't gonna be able to make it over to the and I asked him, do you want me to make a play with it? He said, man, I'm cool. You know,
We cooking for Christmas. We gonna hook him up with
y'all.
a
They
plate.
making me wear pajamas, y'all, this year, man. Y'all don't laugh at me with my pajamas, y'all. We're taking pictures, but all the wifey engineer making me, y'all. She saw my face.
We better hope they come because Amazon acting up. I ain't get them yet.
I think I called them up and told them to take
Yeah,
the
you
time.
might have sabotaged them.
It's like, no, I didn't.
I'm like, how all of a sudden I got all my other packages and my pajamas ain't come.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my FedEx people and Amazon, everybody out there. It's that rush hour time, and I'm telling you, y'all, it's been something. It's been something, man. I miss my Mondays. I gotta go in tomorrow. I got 2 more weeks for Mondays for 6-day week. So it's been rough, but it's been okay. But yes, sir. I got Miss Monet in the building. So glad to have her always. Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir. Anything you want to ask, Mr. Engineer, or you? How we looking?
Oh well, I know we asked Monet what lessons have you learned this year, and what's your highlights?
My highlights. Man, I had so many highlights. Definitely, I definitely want to tell the lesson I learned. I learned this. And I told you the lesson I learned this year is especially as far as job wise, that my lesson learned. Even though I never did it, but as of late, leading up to it, I was that way as far as oh man, if I don't work this day, then when see I'm gonna be short and blah blah blah. But my lesson learned definitely this year, it's gold in my heart that the Lord definitely put it in my heart was that I definitely it's good to have a job or whatever, but you don't need to depend on that job to make everything go round and round, Yes. It's like he showed me. Not only did I it was there, but he showed me where I was just like, see, I ain't even got to be worrying about if I'm so that was kind of a lesson as far as Richard, don't worry. Don't worry. As far as jobs concerned, I got you. And he sure has. And he sure did it. Yes, sir. One of my highlights. I got so many highlights, but definitely one of my highlights. One of them was definitely winning Podcast of the Year, y'all. Yeah. During that time, it just amazed me because like I always tell people, you know, my heart has always been into this. I've been doing it for almost, next year be my 5th year.
Oh, wow.
Next year be my 5th year straight doing this. And my heart has always been to it, but it's funny how the things that people that I've had on the show, just and the topics and the things that we done did and talked about, and just people just really loving this show. It kind of went beyond what I kind of imagined. Really, I mean, people will call me up. I mean, really, you know, Richard, man, that was a good show, or sometimes we don't do it no more like we used to, you know, because we make sure we set the show. We make sure we get guests in before. But sometimes I'll call somebody a day. If it's one of them days, I'm like, oh my God, you know, I've been thinking about them, but I forgot to call them. And they be like, yeah, I'm there. You know, they there. You know, it's like, they just, well, take someone to call me. I was ready. You know, I mean, really genuinely love to just be on the show, come and just have a good time, and you know, and the connections that be made. That's really the one thing I love about the show, the connections that get made on this show. You know, that's Ballin with Rich, and just you know. And my reunion show, anybody that know me personally, they just know I'm just a person that just love to, you know, I'm always thinking about people, you know, people, what, such and such and such. I just would like to, you know, we ain't got to go out to eat or nothing, whatever, just, how you doing, you know, how's it going, you know, I just love to keep in contact with folks, you know, I got that from my dad. Well, my mom too, definitely, but my father, definitely, he was that person. My father keep up with people, and that was, they just, you know, like I always tell people, you ain't got to call and be on the phone with somebody for hours and hours or blah, blah. You can call somebody or text somebody, hey, how you doing? I'm thinking about you. Have a good day. You know, you don't know how that will make somebody's day, whole day, and for that's real.
What I really like, you know, going through all this with, you know, losing my dad, that people don't know, like, just to get that text, you know, they didn't even call, or I'm thinking about you, how you doing, you know, or that made all the difference. You know, so many people checked on me, you know, you don't know how, you know, you feeling that day, and then you get that text, and it's just, that makes your day. You know, it really does. So I'm just grateful for that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shout out to the wife engineer. Shout out to Rest in Heaven, Father Collins. Yes, sir. Always on our thoughts and mind. Always. Yes, sir. Yes. And he was the first person I thought of when me and Monique traveled last week. You know, like I always tell people, that's one thing I'm gonna definitely miss. Him in that car with me. That's what made my rides real smooth, really. Him in that car, and just hearing the stories, man.
Hearing the stories.
All the way from where we going and back, it's just, you just couldn't beat it. You just couldn't beat it.
It was something, I said, I just think about life and the connections, because, you know, my dad actually lived in D.C. And, you know, to have Monet end up there, and he always had a story about everything. Yeah, I used to stay on this. And he always tell that story. I almost drowned in that pool on campus. That was that place that was across the street from Howard. I almost drowned in that pool.
Oh my God! Yeah, I can tell you something Father Collins never did, because he always did something. He did always. Seriously,
talk about them all them different streets. He remember that. That's why I was like, it was so amazing about his memory.
His memory.
He remember that to the end. I'm telling you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I can't remember simple stuff. I be like, woo.
And one of his favorite words, Monet. Yes, sir. Right now he's smiling now. He's proud of you as ever. Always. Yes, sir. This is Ballin with Rich, y'all. Who you listening to, Monet? I know you mentioned The Weeknd, but who's on your playlist? We got who's on the playlist now?
The Weeknd. Oh wait, no, I did not mention. I'd be forgot. This was such a. Let me tell you, he dropped the album beginning of the year. That's why this has been such a The Weeknd year. I went and saw Kendrick too. I'll be forgetting. I went and saw Kendrick and Sid. So that was a good concert too. Who else? I'm trying to see who else I listened to this year. Brent Fayez. Shout out to him.
Oh,
who
Lord.
else did I listen? I think
I had to on our way back, y'all. Usually Monet, I let her play her stuff. I said I gotta get my stuff in at least half on the road, because when she put that thing on, I'd be like,
it's
oh
the
my Lord,
weekend
who is this? Who
Oh,
was that?
you know what? Let me shout out. There's this thing that we do that my coworkers and friends at Motown we started. It's called Music League. So it's really really fun. I got my mom in on it. I got my other friends in on it. It's a different category. It's like something like right now we're doing like 2010 songs from 2020. You submit based off of that category, and then they create a playlist. You listen, and then you vote off the songs that you like. So I will say this year I discovered Radiohead. Radiohead's really good. Another group that I discovered, I listened to their album a lot earlier in the year. The Far Side.
Far Side.
Yeah,
Never
the
heard
Far
of them,
Side.
but okay.
You know it. You know that.
Which one was
That's
that?
the rap group.
Oh, Far Side. Okay.
Yeah.
Keeps on passing me by.
Okay, yeah. Okay, call me
Now
off
you
guard
know,
there.
yeah, you know
okay.
the Far Side.
Okay.
So I did listen to. I actually have been listening to new music. I just be forgetting because the
Yeah.
weekend takes.
The Weeknd. I know
Weeknd
he
takes up so much of my
I will say
time.
the Music League, it did expose me to a lot of like different music, because we got all different type of people in the league,
Yeah.
you know. And then, most of the people are Monet's co-workers, so they work in a music place, so so
And that's the one-
and then
yeah.
I be embarrassing Monet with my choices.
Yeah, she does.
Because some of my choices are ratchet.
Who be winning the most on there?
Me.
It do be. She do be getting a lot. It be her. That's also to say I do want to shout out Don and Carrington, because they're
Shout out to Don and Carrington.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're because they're like my age, but their music that's like their passion, but their knowledge on music is like amazing. The stuff that they be introducing me to, I'm like y'all. Yeah, I'm like y'all.
I'm telling you, that night when Carrington came to karaoke and sung that Mary J, I said, man, what you know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I have to tell, this is so funny. I don't know, she
What
probably
you
don't want
about
me
to
to
bring
tell
up
it.
there?
Uh-oh.
So one of the categories was stripper songs.
Stripper
Yes.
songs? Oh,
Yes.
Lord.
And so, when I think about, not that I know anything about stripping or nothing like that, but I think
Give her the
of
wonk, y'all. Give yourself the wonk on that one.
I think of like Uncle Luke. That was my time. So I picked the X-Clan. So not X-Clan, Lord. Poison Clan. And I'm saying X-Clan. X-Clan was positive. I'm sorry. So I picked Shake What Your Mama Gave You.
Shake what your mama gave you.
And so Monet she had never heard it before. And she was like, oh my God, Mama, why did you pick that? But one of the other guys in there, he gave me like 5 votes.
Yeah.
He gave you
I'm telling you.
But he's my age, They picked some like
they pick?
sexy songs. I picked
Lord.
the ratchet one.
And leading up to it too, I was telling my friends, because it's anonymous before you see, and then after you vote you see who submitted. I was like, who submitted this? Whoever submitted this is crazy. I saw the results. I'm like, Mom.
So you ain't know it was been mom before the song
I
came
was
out.
like, Lord have mercy.
See, I think if I was playing that on that stripper thing, I think I would have picked I probably would have picked me so horny. Me so horny. We love you long
Yes,
time.
Uncle Luke.
That's the man that got. That's the guy. That's the man who really got it started. If you want to do some history,
Lord.
that's the man. Boy, and remember when we had the box? When he
my
came out that stuff, that's all you saw. Remember they had to play at a certain time, and at one time, even if you requested, you had to wait till a certain time to watch it. Shout out to the box. I miss the box. I used to love the box though. Overall, the box, boy. Yes, sir. So Monet, one thing I love the people. I love for you to lead the people with something, anything from your heart that you just love to lead the people out there. Go right ahead. Anything about the journey, anything. Just lead the people. What thought of the day? Lead with something.
Yeah. I just think faith over fear. I just think. Lean on your people. I think a lot about, like, when I went back to school, I was kind of like iffy about it to begin with, but I think it was like it was really like my family was like, you gotta go back, you gotta go back, you gotta go back. So I think about that. I was about to say so. Oh, I was like, honestly, I was at one point, I was like, honestly, I could work at Motown Museum the rest of my life. I gave Lauryn Hill a tour. I mean, all these people. I could work here the rest of my life, but no, it's definitely important, to, push past that fear, definitely. And I just think back to this semester was it was a really hard semester, work-wise. Losing my granddad in the middle of the semester. That I'm like, this is not the plan, y'all. What's going on? Even the work, I was looking at the assignments. I'm like, this was not the plan. But yeah, just you just got to push through, rely on your people. Yeah, just have y'all rely on your people. I think that's it. And shout out to John Cena. I'm gonna shout out John Cena real quick. Let me tell you something. Me and John, I done had beef with John Cena since 2013, since I was watching Total Divas, since he was doing Nikki Bella dirty. Yes. But I do, he can kind of tie into that. To just the conversation in general. I honestly do give him a lot. I give John Cena a lot, but really wrestling would not be what it is today without him, really. And I kind of think, I'm like, who's our next John Cena? Yeah. Just that star power is like it's only a few people that can do it. I don't like bringing it. I really don't like bringing this man up. Hulk Hogan is one of those people. Stone Cold, The Rock. Then it's John, and I think Roman and Cody are getting our next people. But shout out to John Cena for real, because that work, he did a lot for the company.
Yes. And one quick thing before you go, since you mentioned John Cena, it's so funny because. You know what? It's so funny because Monet, she was shocked when I said this. I told her, I said one time I didn't used to like John Cena in the beginning. That shocked her because now when she see me, at first I was like, but as time went on and I saw the type of characters he was bringing in, just the type of way he was running the federation behind the scenes in front of camera. I was like, man, this is my man here. And last night, I had the shirt. I didn't have it on, but I had to put a picture up of me with the shirt, my Cena. But shout out to John Cena. Just shout out to him for real. So, and it so happened too that it was in DC. If Monet was still there, she would have been there.
Yeah, I didn't know they was doing the whole events, and even if I didn't get a ticket, I wish I would have. No, I would have told them to come this week, because I would have just like been in that atmosphere. But them tickets were when them tickets first dropped, $400 to be up there. That was insane. So that's why I was like, y'all come get me.
Wife engineer, anything you want to leave the people out there in a minute less, anything from your heart, anything.
Oh, okay. I just would say same thing. Just follow your faith. Don't fear. Just hang in there. That, like I was saying on the morning show, Monet's been inspirational to me, because a lot of situations I have, I would give up, and then being in her situation, a lot of people give up and never go back, and it's crazy when you say your child inspires you, but she has. So everybody never give up. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and that's one thing I just love about John Cena, his little hankies that he had, the message on there. That's right. Shout out to Monet. Shout out to the wife engineer. Thank you. I'm so glad you're back home. Yes, sir.
Yes, thank you.
One other person I gotta give a shout out to. He was just on the show a couple weeks ago. Shout out to my brother Dan Ringo. Yes, sir. He crossed the bar, y'all. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And that's another reason made me think about the subject too, faith over fear. And he mentioned that a lot. He mentioned that a lot in his stats and everything. Just to keep going. Just keep going. And no matter how old you are, something you want to start, do it.
Yes.
Don't look back and be like, oh my God, I'm 40, 50 now, and this is something I'm supposed to do at 20, 30. No, do it.
Yes.
Not break the
my headsets is off, y'all. You did good.
That's why I did it. But I'm serious about that one. I'm very serious about that one.
Well.
But this is Ballin' with Rich, episode 229. And hopefully, if Monet, if she's not working some Sundays down the line, wherever I want her to come in. I want her to do her show. I'm gonna be Ballin' with Rich. I want her to take this lead mic whatever guest she want to do or however she want to do it. This your field, you know.
He want me to do a show something.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, Dad.
I'm about to do you like Sean did me. That's what happened. Sean, that's how I got started, y'all. Sean said, he said, Richard, your birthday coming up. You doing the whole show. I ain't doing nothing. You doing that whole show. And that's how Ballin with Rich got started too. It sparked something. It sparked something. But I mean, you know, whenever you not busy, I want you to just even if it's just one Sunday, get you a show, however you want to do it.
Okay.
Yes, sir. This is Ballin with Rich. Thank you for everybody who's been watching. Crystal, she said, "Go Monet." Congratulations, Kyle. Thank you for watching. Calvin, Detroit Press Play, Shani, Lake, Robbie, so many others watching. Danielle, Gloria, KJ, so many watching. Thank you for just taking your time out to watch Ballin with Rich. And we got 2 more shows left for the year. And well, the next show will be something else. I got the movie people coming in next week. It should be a real great show. And then probably I think the week after that we're gonna do. I got some guests coming in. Hopefully Kyle and my brother Ken is not just them, but it might be some other people. What's she say?
Never mind. Y'all find out.
Oh, what happened?
Oh, wow.
That means I'm about to take this off.
Don't you better not be nothing about my Lions, but
Oh, no.
let me get on out of here, y'all.
Yeah.
Girl. Oh, yeah, it's time to go. It's only 3rd quarter. We got 1 more quarter.
Okay, well, yeah, let me get back. Let me get home so I can get ready to watch the 4th quarter. Then got the shoes on. We ready. Let's go, Lions. Y'all better come on
Put
now.
your heels 3 times.
All right. And one thing I love to say before I end the show. What do I say, Monet?
Thank you for coming to Ballin with Rich.
No.
Being active, living life, ignoring negativity. if you're not,
There it is.
Oh, yeah, okay. If you're not living, if you're not hanging, you're not living.
Oh. See you. Next year I'm gonna use that as I'm gonna use that as a question when my guests come on, just to see how much they paid attention. The last words of the day, y'all. I'm about to get y'all. So if y'all come on the show, or if I ask y'all should know. Here we go. If you ain't ballin', you ain't living.
Yes. If you ain't balling with the wifey engineer.
If you ain't balling with the wifey engineer. Yo, you acting like Miles now. Miles, the wifey engineer. Miles, I love when he do that. Shout out to Miles, Dixon, everybody. This is Ballin' with Rich, y'all, episode 229, and we are out of here. If you're not balling, you ain't living. And we are out of here. Thank you, wife engineer. Thank you, Monet. You see more of her as time go on. And we are out of here to be home watching this game. Y'all, come on, Lions, let's go.
Lions. Yeah, go Lions.
See y'all next Sunday. All right.